Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Power Purls Podcast. So I feel like it's been a while since I've been on here live on video. Last few weeks, I attempted to try something new. So I tried an audio version only, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So I want to welcome you to Power Purls Unplugged, and this is the live radio show edition of Power Purls Podcast. My name is Kara Gott Warner. I'm the host of the podcast, designer, editor, business coach, and your cheerleader on your yarn crafting path. You can subscribe and listen to the podcast by visiting powerpurlspodcast.com, iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast player. And if you missed last week's audio only show, I actually talked about the latest episode of Power Purls Podcast, episode 75, and I put on my editor's hat and I dove in to discuss things to consider that you might want to consider before designing for magazines. So you can check that out by going to powerpurlspodcast.com/75. And so today, what I'm going to do is I want to talk about the new format of the podcast. So you'll get the scoop on that. I'm going to share upcoming guests that you can expect, some live demos, and also the burning question of the week. So that's something that I started doing a few weeks ago, and you guys really love it. And I think it's a great way to break the ice. And if you join me for the Stitchucation Shawls Short Row Challenge, I want you to join me on the video today. So if you guys look below this video, you can see that I gave you some instructions on how to do that. So when I say, let's share our shawls segment, you can click that link. It looks like, I don't know if it's a live. Yeah, it is a live link. And you guys, you know what that means? You guys get into this green room. It's called a green room, the lobby, the lobby section. And then I can have 10 of you guys in the lobby with me at the same time. And then 3 of you can actually be on video. So everyone gets to see your shawls and your faces. And if you don't want to share your shawl, you can still come on and talk about something. So I think that would be so awesome. I've been wanting to do this for so long, but no one's been courageous enough. So far I see Evelyn and Bev are in the room. Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. Is everything good with the sound? Everything sounds good. I'm always a little bit worried about that in the beginning. So if that's the case, Evelyn and Bev, if you can give me the thumbs up or just say yes, because I can't see the thumbs and the love on this version. Though this is actually a tool that I use to go live from my desktop, so that I can do this sort of stuff and bring you guys on with me. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so Evelyn says I can hear you good. Awesome. Okay, so I see that some of you guys are flooding into the room. I'm going to wait a little bit because sometimes it's a little slow going. So before I jump in and start with the question of the week, I just, because I want everyone to kind of get be able to hear this, I want to ask Evelyn and Bev so far, and anyone else that's coming into the room. I know Bev, you were on listening, I should say, to the audio only version of the video of the, I shouldn't say the video, of the live broadcast. There you go. And I wonder, did you see this pop up in your news feed or notifications? And Evelyn, did you see this at all? Because I guess what I'm getting at here is I get the feeling that Facebook does not do a good job of letting people know that someone is going live via audio as opposed to video, even though Facebook is saying that they're treating both exactly the same way. So I'm just curious. I'm really curious if you guys saw the audio pop up, because I also noticed a drop in those of you who decided to join. So I'm hoping this doesn't hurt things temporarily because, we have such a fun group together. But hey, you know what? You throw spaghetti on the wall and you see if it sticks, right? Excuse me. And last week, and I think, Bev, you remember this too, I was so sick. I had to turn off the recording and I was coughing. I think I turned off the recording. So now I'm wondering if my coughing came through on the on the recording. So you can maybe still hear it a little bit in my voice. But oh yeah, it was like, why did I do this? Why did I go live? So Evelyn says, I did not get notified by Facebook. I found out about it through an email from you. And Bev says, with the video, we can sign up for a reminder. Didn't see the video. I missed that one. Didn't see that with the audio. Great. And then, hey, Jenny, nice to see you. Long time no see. And so, Jenny, there's a little link below to join me later. So I will give you guys the word when it's time, because I'm looking at 3 little slots below my video on my dashboard here. And 3 of you guys can come on at the same time. And I can have 10 people waiting in the lobby at the same time. So you guys can show off your shawls. So I know that Bev, Evelyn, I'm not sure if you were part of the shawls, the shawl challenge. Jenny, I'm not sure if you were either. But hey, if you just want to come on, ask a question or have a conversation, we can do that too, because that will be so much fun. Okay, so before we get started, this episode is brought to you by the Power Purls community on Patreon. If you love the podcast and these live broadcasts, you can show your love by supporting the show. And when you do, you get first dibs on asking guest questions and future tutorial videos and audio workshops that inspire intentional living through yarn crafting. And you also get weekly mini-sodes delivered every Monday to inspire your week ahead. So if you want to learn more about supporting the podcast, you can visit powerpurlspodcast.com/community. And right now we are in the middle of a self-guided journal writing challenge. I just posted week number 2, and there's week number 3 is coming up next Monday, but it's self-guided. So all 3 of these you can start over again, and that's for patrons only. So it should be a lot of fun. And so Evelyn says, I was not part of the short rows challenge. But that's cool. You know what? It's all good. So if you, like I said, if you want to hop on with me. So I see that we're a little bit pixelated for some reason, not sure why, but I'm just going to kind of keep going because I think I'm a little bit behind in the broadcast, which can be a little bit distracting. So Evelyn says, I do, however, have an answer for the burning question of the day. LOL. Well, this is very, very good. Awesome. Okay. So let's dive in, shall we? Let's dive into the question of the week. So here it is, and I think I posted it, right? I did post it, but I'm going to share it again right now. Have you ever been asked to stop knitting or crocheting at an event, or do you have a wacky yarn crafting in public story? Okay, so now is the time to think about this, and then later on, and share your stories in the comments, or when we're ready to go on together, you can come on and talk about your story live on video with me. So I'll circle back to this later. Hey, Sue, nice to see you. You were listening in the car. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you were able to at least listen. This is great. So we're about to get into the meat of the video, but I just had mentioned that when I give you the word, now Sue, I know you were part of the Short Row Shawls Challenge. When I give you the word, there's a link below this video, okay? So if you guys want to hop on video with me, we can have a conversation together and you can show off your lovely shawls on video, and I can have 3 people on the video with me at the same time. If you don't have your shawl to show off, you can share a story Okay, so let me give you, it's part of the question of the week. So here it is. Have you ever been asked to stop knitting or crocheting at an event, or do you have a wacky yarn crafting in public story? So I want you to let that marinate a little bit. And I'm going to actually put that in the comments here so you guys can see it. Hopefully I can get this. I'm not going to be able to do it on screen. I'm going to put it in the comments here. Here it is. I'm afraid that things might be a little bit pixelated. Can you guys tell me if that's the case? Oh, hey, my husband. Hi, Jay. How are you? Am I pixelated, or is everything looking good to you? I'm just curious, because when I'm on here, it's a little bit behind in as far as what everyone else is seeing. And also, when I look on here, I can see that Troy joined. Hello, Troy. So we have Troy in the house. We have Sue. We have Evelyn. We have Bev. We have Jenny. This is awesome. Great. Awesome. Cool. Very, very cool. And if you look on the bottom at the very, very first comment that I posted, you guys, there's a link. There's a little link. And when I say, let's share our shawls segment, you guys can come on with me. I got 3 spaces, but 10 of you can be in the lobby waiting, and I'll let you know. If you don't have your shawl to show off, if you did not take part in the challenge, then I want you to share your funny story, or, you know, if someone told you to stop knitting in public, like, share your story with me, and I'll let you know when. Okay? All right. So, oh, good. So I just checked. Everything looks good. We're no longer pixelated. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. So what's new? So let's do that first while you guys are thinking. I want to share a little bit about what is new with the podcast and what you can expect. Okay. So here's the deal. So now going forward, this is going to be a live radio show. It's kind of what I came up with. And starting next week, every episode of Power Purls Podcast will be live first right here on Facebook. Okay. So how is this different? So it's the podcast, as I said, will be weekly. Okay. It'll be weekly instead of bi-weekly. So that's a cool bonus, you guys. So it's going to be weekly. I will air at 3 p.m. And now I was airing at 2 p.m., but this may change according to the season. So right now it's going to be 3 p.m. every Wednesday, and it airs right here on Facebook first. Then I post the replays on YouTube, and then the usual audio only version. If you guys are longtime listeners, the experience will be seamless, because the live video, you'll still get the audio only version that you can listen to when you're working out, when you're in the car, or wherever. But this live element, this live video, just adds an extra engagement layer. And I'm so happy that I decided to go this route. And, from time to time, there will be tutorials, there will be demonstrations, maybe occasionally challenges, because you guys know how I feel about the last challenge. It was a big deal. There were some snags, but, I think it's more sort of like quick hit techniques would be great. And many of you have said, would like you to demonstrate technique. And that's great, because that can be like a standalone thing. And also, if you guys are patrons, so I know a lot of you guys are here, you guys are watching, you are patrons of the podcast. So here's what you get. You get first dibs on asking all the guests that I have on the show. You get to ask them questions first. You guys get first dibs on that. Excuse me. Also, you get first dibs on techniques. So, excuse me. Tickle in my throat. Okay, so, and then techniques, like if I demonstrate a technique or there's a certain yarn that I want to feature, you guys can vote on that in the Patreon community, and you can vote on those techniques first. So that's what you get as a patron of Power Purls Podcast. So here we go. So here, Mom, I laugh because my husband says, "Where's your little helper with his white horse?" This is a little maybe not so much an inside joke for those of you who have been watching these videos for a long time. So during like spring break or fall break or that sort of thing, my son jumps on video. One of the funniest videos that we did, I think, was like during spring break, or maybe it was last fall break. And he was behind me the whole time, making faces and laughing. It was priceless. And after the video, I was laughing when I watched the replay myself. I was laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe. So Jay, by the way, London is, he's not here right now. He's at the club, the kids club. And so I'm going to be picking him up soon. So I decided that on Wednesdays, that's where he's going to go for a little while mommy does her videos. But I think during fall break, Christmas break, that's the next one. Christmas break, you guys can expect London, my son, on the video. He is a hoot. So I'm just going to quickly say hello to those of you who have come into the room. Virginia, hello, hi, so nice to see you. So Jenny says, I saw that one with London. He was cracking me up. It is so funny. So if you guys get a chance, it's called Cool Crafts for Kids or something like that. I may have to just repost it on the Facebook page. It is hilarious. And it is kind of timeless because I think any of those crafts, they don't have to be done just during like a kid's break. They are fun crafts that you could try as well yourself. They're great for using stash. I'll post that later. I got to make a note for myself to remember. And maybe if somebody could probably give me a little reminder if you want to see that. But it is a hoot. It is so funny. Okay, so I'm going to pop back in to talk about what is happening. So here are a few of the upcoming highlights that you will see on this live edition of Power Purls Podcast. So next week, I have a treat for you guys. Next week is Julie Crawford of knittedbliss.com. She's going to be my guest. Julie is smitten with the written word and creating cozy knits. She helps knitters and crafters get inspired by sharing knitting projects, modified. So easy to make them easier, right? Knitting projects, craft ideas, recipes, and reflections on the crafting life. So mark your calendar for next week's live episode, Wednesday, November 15, with Julie. Now, by the way, if you are on the Power Purls podcast page, there's a little button that says follow. If it says following, if you guys can see that right now or later, make a note for yourself. If it says following, you're already following me. But make sure that when you go down, pull that down. You'll see like a little kind of a flip down thing. Make sure that you have that on to get notified. And you can even select get notified first or see this first to see what's going on Power Purls first as one of the first things that you see, so that when I post what's going on, when this podcast goes live, you guys get it first. Okay. So let me share a few more really cool things. So and also more with the upcoming guests. So I have Marley Bird of the Yarn Thing podcast. She's a returning guest. And I think Marley, that was the first time I think I ever cried, and she cried. The guest, both myself and my guest, we both cried on the podcast. And then of course we laughed a lot. Designer Barbara Benson will be on the show. Alina Skavargason and Connie Ellison will be on the show. And they are the co-hosts of the Knit and Crochet Now TV show. It's an Annie's production. And also they are the creators of the Annie's Signature Designs collection of crochet and knitting patterns. And then again, another perk for those of you guys that are patrons, each week I'll send a patrons open call for questions. So I'll let you know who's coming on the show, and then you can send in your questions. So keep your eyes open, patrons, for those posts to come your way in the private Facebook group. So if you guys want to learn, anyone here watching, if you want to learn about the membership, again, you can go to powerpurlspodcast.com/community. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to circle back to the question. Did anybody answer? Did anybody, talk about, a funny question? Or share a funny story And does anybody want to come into the lobby? I don't see anybody. Who's coming into the lobby? We're getting ready. So if you want to share your story, click that link. Let's see. Maybe I should share it. Should I share it again? Let me share it. Let me share it again. I'm going to do it again in the comments here. All right, you guys. There it is. You want to come on with me? Come on, you guys. Come on. Let's do this. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. All right. All right. So I just put it out there, and I'm just kind of going through the link. See, so Sue says the link is there, but not clickable. Okay. I just put it back in there. It should be clickable. Okay. So Sue, it's the latest comment. If you take a look, I just posted it. Oh my goodness. And you'll see that it is a live link. So go ahead. Here's your chance. Go ahead and click it, you guys. And I think so if you're looking at this on your phone or on your computer browser, you should be able to see that link. Okay. Ooh, I see 2 people in the room. Woohoo! Bev and Evelyn. All right, you guys. So crazy. Okay, so I'm going to bring both of you guys on at the same time. Evelyn and Bev, I can see your faces. Are you guys ready to come on? You guys ready? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to plug in my headset. Woohoo! Okay, we're all on together. Can you guys hear me now? Can you? Okay, good. I can hear you, yes. Evelyn. Okay. Bev, I can hear you.
Good.
I think I can hear you. Can I? Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Right. Okay, so let's start with. I want to welcome Evelyn Bourne and Bev Chester. Oh my gosh. This is a little bit delayed. Uh-oh. We a little bit delayed here? Hang on. Are we a little bit delayed? Are you guys hearing me in real time?
I can hear you. I had to shut off the Facebook because it's about 3 to 5 second difference.
Oh, yes.
So you know I was hearing both, so I had to shut off the Facebook because it was...
Yeah, I did the same thing, because I heard it. Thank you for saying that, Evelyn, because I was just hearing Facebook like 5 seconds later in my headset. I just turned it off too. I thought it would be cool to keep it on because I could paste in the link. Hey, we live and learn. So next time we do this, I'll just have to turn it right off. So I'm going to start over again. So welcome Evelyn Bourne and Bev Chester Castater. Did I say your name right, Bev? I hope I did. Bev looks a little bit frozen. Bev is frozen.
Yes.
Okay. So let me see if
that's normal.
It's just crazy. So while we're waiting for Bev to get unfrozen, okay, I think we're starting to get Bev back. Bev, little tip: maybe turn off anything else that you have on your computer. Just get rid of all of the extraneous stuff.
Yeah, she's got bandwidth issues.
Yes. Okay. So Evelyn, This is awesome. So happy that you were brave enough to jump on here, and same to you, Bev. So do you have a story, Evelyn, to share, like a funny story, or maybe something that happened where you were knitting in public and someone said, "You can't be doing that. You stop right now."
Yes.
You do? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. So,
I don't know how funny it is because it was a little embarrassing to me. I have ADD, attention deficit disorder, and so when I have to sit, I used to knit when I was in college, and before I started a class, I would clear it with the professor. I said, "I'm going to be knitting in your class. I just want to make sure that you understand that it helps me pay attention. It doesn't distract me from." And they're like, no professor ever gave me a single problem. I mean, I clearly wasn't knitting during exams, but during lectures, I would knit. And I was at a church event. It was a seminar. And I was knitting, and some woman came over to me and she said, "You need to stop doing that because it's very distracting." And I said, "No," I said, "it helps me pay attention." She goes, "No, it's distracting to other people."
hey, I
And I
just
was
want to
like,
say real quick, Bev, I'm going to bring you back in a second, okay, while Evelyn is talking. So keep going, Evelyn. Keep going.
yeah,
Sorry
so
about
that was
that.
it. She just wanted me to stop maybe because she felt like I was distracting other people. I was like, okay, whatever. So I put it in my bag. But yeah, that's really and like a weird thing that happened. I mean, I also knit whenever I'm on public transport,
Mm-hmm.
and I lived in Washington D.C. for about 10 years, and I would knit on my commute back and forth from work. And one time, the train was stuck, as the trains sometimes get stuck. We were stuck in one spot for an extended period of time. And this guy who had been watching me got out his phone and was trying to videotape me knitting.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
That's
rude.
crazy.
So I would like try to turn my body, and he was like yeah. So that was kind of weird.
That
But
is weird.
yeah.
But isn't it funny when people, when they see you and they get really, they're fascinated and they just stare, and it's okay. It's like that kind of staring is okay. You know what I mean? But, but as far as the, kind of like the knitting in public thing, I think we all have some really interesting reactions from people. And, some people think that we're not really as engaged when we're knitting, but we
Yep.
all agree, right? We
Yep.
totally are. Actually, in fact, I think we're even more engaged,
Yep.
don't you think?
Absolutely. For
Yeah,
me,
I
I
mean,
can say it helps me because here's the thing: if my hands are not engaged, then my mind is going to wander.
mm-hmm,
Because I mean, I don't know if it's my ADD. I know for myself. I can't say for other people, but I find if I happen to be in a meeting where I, for whatever reason, don't have my knitting, I'm doodling,
right.
or I'm just like writing. So it's like there's a part of my brain that is more engaged when I can, keep my hands busy, and then it sort of frees up the rest of my attention to be focused on, what I'm trying to pay attention to.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's great. I mean, thank you for sharing that. And I'm so
No
happy that you
problem.
decided to jump on. So I'm going to bring Bev on. And Bev, are you ready? So nice to see you, Evelyn, and we will chat soon.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay. So now I'm bringing on Bev. Hello, Bev. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I think we had some difficulties there on your end, but I think that you're good. We're no longer freezing up. So this is your chance to share your shawl. Show off your shawl. So I see that you're wearing it. So you took part in the Situacation Shawls.
I am wearing one.
Did you make more than one, Bev?
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness. Can you show?
I've made two so far.
Oh wow. Can you hold one up for
Here's
us?
the other one. Can you see it?
See. Not yet. I think we're a little bit delayed. So hopefully we can see that.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't see that right now, But I can actually, oh, there we go. Yeah, yes. Lovely, lovely. So what colorway is that?
Good pictures.
So this is Barocco
actually,
Nebula.
well, this isn't. This one is.
Okay.
This is Capricorn.
Nice.
The one I'm wearing is Capricorn. The other one is some yarn I had in my stash, and I'm making it for a friend who looks good in those colors, so that's what I used.
So did you modify as far as, did you make the shawl longer or at the same size, like the daintier? Because so I have all different versions. So did you make it the size of the pattern that I provided, or did you play around and make it bigger?
This is the size.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're both the size of the pattern.
Yeah.
This one I'm wearing, of course, it's not block, so it's going to be better. The other one is a 3-weight yarn, so it was bigger anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's what I ended up with. So
did you enjoy the challenge? I know that it was a new way of looking at short rows, and I know there were some bumps along the way, but it's all good for us, isn't it? And when I look back in retrospect, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's the first time we had some of those challenges, and that's going to happen. But for the most part, I mean, would you say that it was a great learning experience? It was a good new way. It was a new way to learn short rows that maybe was a little bit new to you.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I liked the challenge, and it helped us to see that, we look up to you, and to see that even you have problems. That makes us feel better when you do. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I know. Being vulnerable, that's, you know what, I think that we all want to see that. We kind of respond because we all resonate with that. Like we all make mistakes in life. So, but anyway, aside from that, I think it was a great experience. And so I have mine back here, and I'm actually making another one. I'm making a bigger one that I can kind of show off in a second. But thanks for coming on and being brave, Bev. So so I just wanted to try this out, and hopefully we can do it again on another broadcast. So thanks, and I'll click you out.
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so you know what, I wanted to kind of show you guys now my shawl in another colorway. So this one is Sagittarius. If you guys, let me just get rid of my name tag here because you can't see with that in the way. So here's mine. And so this is Sagittarius is the colorway. And I did it also in Aquarius, or I should say I'm doing it in Aquarius. And so this is like, blue, which makes sense, Aquarius. So here it is. And I'm actually playing around. You can't see it so well, but I promise to post this when I'm done, a picture. I'm using a different edging. It's not blocked. Obviously, it's not blocked yet. But it's a different lace edging that I decided to use. It's kind of like a funkier, open look. And so I will share that as I near the end. It's going to take a while because it's a bigger shawl. So what I decided to do, I think in the shawl that I provided for the challenge, in the short row section, I casted on 42 stitches and then the lace stitches after that. And for this one, I think I did maybe twice as many, or not as, maybe 70 some odd stitches for the short row section, and then the lace. So the cool thing is that there's so many different ways to modify this shawl, and that's what I wanted to sort of educate everyone on during the challenge. So this is great. So thanks for Evelyn. Thank you, Evelyn and Bev. And if anybody else is feeling brave, you still have a chance to jump on. So if you want to join me, you certainly can before we sign off. So I think we're just about there. And this was a lot of fun. Again, next week, I'm going to be back. This is the live edition of Power Purls Podcast. Every episode will go live first here on Facebook. It's been fun. And by the way, I'd like to share a little gift with you guys. Maybe you don't have it yet, maybe some of you do. It's an 8-step guide to creating killer design proposals. And that's for those of you that would like to get into designing with magazines, working with magazines. And when you do sign up, you will get weekly updates about the podcast, about these videos every week. So you'll stay in the loop on all things knit and fiber design. So you can sign up at powerpurlspodcast.com/killer design. And that killer design, that's one word. So you guys, this was a blast and it was awesome to have you on here today. I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. And don't forget, next week, I am going live with Julie Crawford of Knitted Bliss. So please be sure to join me. Make sure that you get those notifications on the Facebook page. Just make sure that you click follow, that you're following, and that you want to get notifications from Power Purls first. Okay. Have a good week, you guys, or I should say the rest of your week. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.